What is going on, all of you video game trailer enthusiasts out there in the world? I am MegaAmpster. Thank you for clicking on this quick little video. If you're new here, hey, welcome to the channel. Thanks for being here. Returning viewers, always great to see you here. Thank you for all the support. This was a tough list to pick. I don't do a ton of top 10s, but this one in particular was really tough because video game trailers for me just hold a really special place in my heart. As I like to go back and rewatch a lot of trailers, a lot of reactions to said trailers over and over again on the regular because they hold just so much importance to me and they mean a lot to me. And in the last decade especially, I've really bought into video game hype, news cycles, announcements, stuff like that. It's really exciting, you know, and they're kind of these self-contained moments in time, but we can also kind of value them objectively as, you know, announcements or just showcases of games. So for this one though, gonna be my personal top 10 favorite trailers. So there are some that I think in this list that could be honestly objectively some of the best trailers, but not ranking those here would be a lot different if it was. These are my personal top 10 favorite game trailers. Not just reveal trailers either. I originally was gonna do just reveal trailers, but it was a little limiting. And I think some trailers, there are definitely some cases where some trailers are much better than the reveals. So you're gonna see some of that on here. I am limiting this to one trailer per franchise, no repeats here. So there were some I had to cut in favor of others just because I was originally going to include multiple per franchise, but then it's all same 3 franchises I felt like, so I was like, nah, we're not going to do that. Another thing to consider is that I've really only been getting into video game news in terms of the last decade or so. So a lot of these, actually, I think pretty much all of these trailers are going to be within the last decade. So keep that in mind, please. And also that, sorry, Sony, Microsoft fans, not going to be a lot of representation here. I'm just going to get that right off the bat. I am mostly a Nintendo and Sega or other third-party gamer here. So that's just trying to set the scene in terms of some of the other really big Sony, Microsoft games. You're not going to see a lot of this year just because I haven't seen a lot of those trailers. But there might be a little something for you, so stay tuned. With that though, let's get some honorable mentions out of the way quickly. Dishonorable mention, only one, goes to Metroid Prime 4 because that reveal on E3 2017 was literally just a logo, and that was it with some audio in the background, and they announced that game too early. Hate that they announced it that early. Awesome that it's being developed and still hopefully exists, but that was 6 years ago. So, you know, it's been a little too long, Nintendo, so dishonorable mention of that. Other honorable mentions though, the Plucky Squire reveal trailer at Devolver Digital's presentation in 2022. Really great, we got to see some gameplay there, just didn't quite make the cut. Same thing with Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition. That was a really good trailer back in 2019. I just wasn't personally connected to the Xenoblade franchise at the time, and I'm still not super connected to it. So that's why I didn't quite make the top 10. Other ones, I know I'm gonna get flack for this, the Breath of the Wild 2017 presentation trailer for the Switch. I know, I'm just gonna tell you right now, there's another Zelda trailer on this list that I think is better. I personally did not connect with that trailer as much as other people did, so there is a better one that I connect with more, I will tell you that. Other shoutouts, Sonic Superstars reveal was pretty good at Game Awards. No, Summer Games Fest 2023 was pretty solid, Super Mario RPG remake trailer at the Nintendo Direct just this past summer 2023 made me feel nostalgic for that game, even though I've never played it, so that was impressive. Last but definitely not least, the Advance Wars 1+2 Reboot Camp reveal trailer of E3 2021. Really good, obviously resurrecting a legacy Nintendo franchise, and just the trailer itself, seeing the visuals, just we didn't even know WayForward was behind it at the time, but just seeing the visuals and the gameplay together, both games in one, what a great way, and a little tease at the very beginning for hardcore Advance Wars fans. Great trailer, it just barely didn't make the cut. It would have been number 11 if I made the list that long, but it's been long enough. Let's get into this top 10 right here. Number 10 being an interesting game. I know I said mostly Nintendo and third party, but this is going to be, well, I guess it's technically third party. I tried to play this game a while ago, didn't get far at all, but this remake trailer has me a lot more interested. And while it didn't show any gameplay, which is why it's number 10, it really got me interested in potentially enveloped in this world. And let me just say, the main character in this trailer definitely kept you waiting, huh? Number 10 is the Metal Gear Solid 3 Delta Snake Eater trailer. We're not starting at the end, sorry. Definitely you can tell this is another take, but this trailer was interesting. First of all, bug warning right here. If you don't like bugs, click right now. Click off right now. I was not a huge fan of this. That's why it's actually number 10, because of the ants showing right here. No, but in all seriousness, it is just a CG trailer, which is why it's so low. But I love when these trailers like hook you and they lead you into it, like not suspecting fully what it is. I know there were rumors about this game flying all over the place for years before this trailer was shown at the PlayStation Showcase, I believe it was, in May 2023. And like, I'm sure people who were really hoping for it were like, oh, this has to be it. And they were right. But also, I think there's a moment here, from what I've seen from reactions, with the alligator coming out of the water, grabbing the snake, that I think really cemented people, and of course, seeing Snake later. But I love how it like sets it up. Like this could have been a lot of games. That could have been Grounded or something, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just nature. So it could have been a lot here. But then you have this scene with the snake and the alligator that apparently is pretty iconic for Metal Gear Solid 3, so that's really cool. And then of course, pans in, you see Snake, doesn't say kept you waiting, huh? Which, like, okay, come on. Would have been at least number 9 if you said that. No, but in all seriousness, like, really cool. Snake Eater song comes in and it's just boom. Metal Gear Solid 3. Delta was interesting, but people knew it was Snake Eater. So, I mean, the reason why, like I said, it's so low because of no gameplay shown here. This won't be the only one with no gameplay on this list, but I have a reason why that one's higher. More personal reason, but we'll get to that. Overall, just a solid trailer that, like, as someone who's not, I've never really gotten to Metal Gear. Like I said, I tried to play this game original on the 360 collection years ago, and I just couldn't get into it, but this one has me a lot more interested. So that's why it's number 10. Like, as someone who's not a Metal Gear Solid fan currently, it's like, got me pretty interested. So there we go. Metal Gear Solid 3 Delta Snake Eater is number 10 on this list. Now, number 9 is a game that I have played and I'm very interested in. It was a game that came out earlier this year, 2023, that honestly shocked a lot of people when they announced it. It was just randomly in a presentation that I don't think people were super excited about. I mean, they were showing off a few different games. I don't even know, there was Redfall, there was Forza. I don't even think Starfield was there. Might not have been. But this game took everybody by surprise a little bit, myself included, and got me interested to literally buy the game digitally, like, right away. Number 9 on this list is the Hi-Fi Rush reveal trailer. Now, especially considering this was coming from Tango. We knew this was Tango right off the bat, who made Evil Within 1 and 2. Never played those games, but those are survival horror games. Definitely not my style. But this game oozes style. Like, just seeing this. Of course, they do the, you're probably wondering how I got here whole shtick, which is kind of annoying. I think the reason why it's a little lower for me is just I'm not a huge fan of the main characters narrating over trailers. I just like to hear music or other sound effects. I like to see the game in action, cutscenes and stuff like that, which most of this trailer does really well. I mean, it's super colorful, it pops out really well. I'm a little biased towards it because I really enjoyed this game this year, and it definitely was the highlight for the Xbox Developer Direct earlier in 2023. But like, you just get to see the world, the characters, the visual style, the gameplay looking kind of interesting. I think they could have sold the rhythm action gameplay here a little bit better. If they did, it probably would have been a little higher for me. It wasn't until like the full gameplay demonstration where it started to make a little more sense, but like, you get a really good feel for the gameplay here. It's just, in terms of my personal favorites, not fully up there. I love the game. The trailer isn't the most amazing trailer I've seen, but it's really good. Good thing I have this muted too, because they have, Lonely Boy by Black Keys going on during this trailer. So really cool announcement, really cool to see this game. It's mainly for the game announcement itself. The trailer is pretty solid, and it was great to see gameplay and visuals and everything, but I think, it's not my favorite trailer in the world, but it is up here at number 9 because, yeah, it's just really good showcase of the game, and hey, I personally love the game, so that is why it is at number 9. Now, number 8. It's a game that hasn't come out yet as of this recording of this top 10, but it is a game I already know I'm going to love. It might end up being my game of the year of 2023. We will see about that. Much shorter, the shortest trailer on this list for sure. One that was announced. This wasn't even an announcement trailer. This was an announcement trailer for the Nintendo Switch, but it wasn't the announcement trailer of the game. But really cool that Nintendo highlighted this little indie game that I think got it a lot of exposure. And I hear people talking about it being like their most excited game for August of 2023 now. And that game at number 8 is the Bomb Rush Cyberpunk announcement trailer from, I believe this was the Indie World Showcase in 2021, where they show this off. Like I said, shortest trailer. Look, it's literally 36 minutes. It is a very short but concise trailer. They were able to fit a lot in here. They're playing I'll try to edit it over here, but they're playing Get Enough by Hideki Naganuma, who is returning from Jet Set Radio to compose some certain tracks for this game. And I'm gonna have to repeat this multiple times because it's so short, but they pack so much in these like roughly 30 seconds here. There's so much to get. Obviously the main thing being the visuals, clearly taking inspiration from Jet Set Radio being that spiritual successor. You get some of the characters, you see the graffiti, you get skateboards, which is brand new to this world. I don't think they show the BMX bikes here, but they show off the skateboards as well as like soap shoes and that kind of stuff, and like the parkour from Jet Set Radio Future, and they show so much bits of the story, different characters, spraying the graffiti, the music player, like the phone thing supposedly might be a main antagonist there. I don't know. There's still a lot I don't know about this game, but this was a pretty solid trailer, and to fit this in that short indie world direct that they have and to highlight it was so cool. I think it's a great trailer. I did struggle between this and Hi-Fi Rush, which one I liked more. I think I just like this one more because it really, of course, the music, and I might be a little more biased towards this game, but it really just gets the point across very concisely. The Hi-Fi Rush trailer is a little bit bloated in my opinion, but I guess there was also more to show off at that point because it was the first reveal of the game, whereas this wasn't. This was just an indie world trailer that was really concise, really good. I'm a fan of it, but that is why it is my number 8. Like I said, this is all personal, so I might be a little biased in some of these areas, but hey, there we go. Number 8, Bomber Cyberpunk from E3, not E3, Indie World 2021. But there we go. Number 7, where are we getting now? Okay. So keep in mind, we're starting to get into the Nintendo territory, as I'll call it here. So this one was interesting because this also was not. It was the first gameplay reveal, but it was not the first trailer we got. We had a teaser, actually, almost a similar situation in Metroid Prime 4, where this was teased in the Game Awards of 2017, this game, but we didn't see anything of it besides that quick little teaser. And here, 4 years later, just about 4 years later, we finally got a really extensive trailer with a look at gameplay and everything, and also another one of those cases where they kind of threw you off at the beginning. And tried to like make you think it was something else. But number 7 of my top 10 favorite game trailers is the Bayonetta 3 first gameplay trailer. This was from 2021, the September Nintendo Direct they had then. And like, I mean, right off the bat, like this could have been anything. You know what I mean? This really could have been anything. I was like, this could have been Daemon X Machina 2. I guess the visuals wouldn't fully look like it, but I had like an inkling at first that it was Bayonetta 3, especially because this was the final trailer of that Nintendo Direct. But then you see these things, these homunculi, I guess they're called, and I was like, what the hell? Apparently for people who played Astral Chain, they might be a little more familiar with it. And that was the thing, like, they bait you so hard. Like, this could have been any generic, like, military shooter game on the Switch, and then they bait you. You know, you see the shots here, and you're like, oh, it is Bayonetta, let's go. But then they turn around, and it's what's his name, Lappy, the dog from Astral Chain, and it's like, oh, it's Astral Chain, which, like, hey, no offense to Astral Chain fans, I've not played that game, I've heard it's really good, just not my thing, and then boom, you get the witch time, and you're like, okay, let's go, it's Bayonetta 3. And so after 4 years, we finally get that look. We get Bayonetta's new design, also the debut of Jennifer Hale, the new voice actress for Bayonetta, showing off here, and then just seamlessly transition right into gameplay here. We get to see the first gameplay of this game, looking really cool, looking like Bayonetta as always, seeing the different HUD elements on the side, like, oh, what are those things that you can do? And then obviously the different punishing moves and everything, and then they show off the big homunculi shows up, and we summon our guy Gamora here, and holy crap, you can control the different demons as almost like kaiju battles, and that was like a big moment, like, oh, look at this, like, this is sick. What a cool way to show it off. You see Gamora here, I forget the Raven's name, I also forget the Spider's name, but you see that one, and like, okay, like, that's the main gameplay hook. So like, not only did this trailer serve as the first legit trailer for this game, but it also served as like the main gameplay hook, and seeing that right here, and like, that's really cool how they were able to intertwine that. And say what you will about that game, I know people aren't a huge fan of the game, I personally ended up loving it. You know, obviously performance aside, I ended up really liking it, and like this scene with the stupid, of course it's Beta 3 and Kamiya working on this game, they gotta have some random hype moment there with Gamora like sliding along the skyscraper there. But like I said, just the tease at the beginning, the drawn out tease, which I'm honestly a fan of because like it builds a lot of suspense for me personally, and then, you know, they turn that into you know, this actual train tease, and then into Bayonetta 3, and then finally getting to see this game fully in action with gameplay and everything. A lot of gameplay at that. After this long was such a great thing. So that's why it is my number 7 trailer here. Not the most amazing trailer of all time, but in terms of an overall well-rounded trailer, I think it's pretty solid, and it was a pretty fun one. And the tease, that always gets me, man. Always trying to tease me to think it's another game. But that is number 7 on this list. Now, number 6, some people might be upset that I put this one this low, but like the top 5 are like peak for me. This trailer, this was an earlier Switch trailer. This was in 2017. This was one of the first big games for the Nintendo Switch, not launch, not Breath of the Wild, like I said, but early on. And this was such a good trailer. I remember, you know, E3 2017 was great. Obviously, like I said, Metroid Prime 4, say what you will about that. Great announcement. That was a great E3, though. Just watching that overall. And I think that's when they announced Breath of the Wild DLC. Anyways, there's a bunch of stuff there. This being the closer of that presentation. And I mean, we already knew the game was going to be really cool based on what we knew so far from the Switch presentation announcement trailer they had there. But like this really, this trailer really solidified that this was going to be an awesome and Switch-defining game. And that trailer at number 6 is the Super Mario Odyssey E3 2017 trailer, otherwise known as the Jump Up Superstar trailer. This trailer, legitimately, like, I've never been the most hyped person about Mario. Like I said earlier, Mario RPG did not quite make this list, even though I really like that trailer. This trailer was just phenomenal. Like, you see this T-Rex, and you're like, what is this, Jurassic Park? Arc of all, but then like the graphics they look a little more cartoony, and then you see the Mario hat and you're like, how is this a Mario trailer? So once again, they do the tease. It's very short, but it's like very unexpected. And then of course they go into Jump Up Superstar. Amazing song. I don't think you see Pauline until the end, but that was such a cool nod. And then you get a look at all the different worlds here. This might have been the first time we got a look at this one. Fossil Falls? Is that what it was called? And the whole Bowser looking hella fresh in the wedding outfit. And getting to see a little bit more of Cappy. We knew about Cappy already, but not too much. We didn't know like how much personality Cappy was going to have and all the abilities. And I mean, speaking of abilities, once they get into, they showed the 2D stuff, which is really cool, but once they get into the big one, being the capture mechanic, this is where this trailer for me goes from like a solid like 6 to like a 9. Like this trailer, just like immediately with this ability, because this opens up so many possibilities, and they show you all those possibilities. You get the Goomba, you get the Koopa Troop, the hammer, I guess kind of a hammer bro with the frying pan, you get the Bullet Bill, you get a rocket, you get all these, the fireball, you get so just many random objects and enemies, whatever this thing is, you know, the cheeps, and you see them all, and then just like you see more personality of this game, and then of course, the moment that does it for me, I mean, you know, going through here, the chain chop is pretty cool. The tanks was really cool, seeing this boss battle. For me, it's the T-Rex scene. Like, come on. Like, you see the T-Rex at the beginning, and you're like, oh, that's cool. Pauline, of course, there. It's, like, such a good trailer, ending with the release date for the game. I think this was the first time we heard about the release date being in October of 2017, and man, what a trailer. Great trailer to end on. I gotta get emotional watching this trailer, even though, like I said, I don't get super hyped for Mario, but it's, like, the setup with the random, like, unexpected twist at the very beginning, showing more personality, the song, into the capture mechanic, and ending with Pauline and the release date. Like, that is such a good combo. Nintendo, during the Switch generation, a little bit of an aside, just, like, really nailed a lot of their first-party trailers. This trailer is, objectively, if this was an objective list, like I said earlier, probably would be in the top 3. Like, really, really good. It's just, I think it's a little lower at number 6 here, just because it's, you know, I'm not hugely hype about Mario, but it's a really good trailer. I recognize it as a very good trailer. Sets up some of the story, some of the bosses, some of the new enemies, the new gameplay abilities for sure. Pristine, clean trailer, which is why it is at number 6. Just not my absolute personal favorite. But speaking of that, we are about to get into those. We are in the top 5, and this is where, you know, these trailers start to get really, really hype for me. Now, number 5, this is one that I know a lot of people are going to disagree with. Why is it this high? A little personal towards it. It is the other trailer, like I mentioned earlier with Metal Gear Solid 3, that has no actual gameplay. There are moments that like seem like they might be gameplay, but they're not. They're made to mock up like in the trailer itself. This was an unexpected trailer. Definitely part of it being a product of its time when it released. In E3 2019 is when they aired this. That was also another great E3 for Nintendo. E3 2019 was when they released this trailer for a game that we didn't know about, and definitely a lot lesser known of a series. But as a fan of that series at the time, too, I'd only played the first game in the series, but obviously I've played this one included ever since. Really fun trailer. Threw some people off with a bit of a twist, but like you kind of get a little bit of the vibe. I don't know. It's hard to explain this one, but without further ado, number 5 on this list is the No More Heroes 3 reveal trailer. Now, I almost did the goddamn superhero one because that one was also pretty solid. That was at the Game Awards of 2019. But I don't know, this one just hits different for me. Like, you hear Robin Atkin Downs' voice, like if you know his voice for Travis Touchdown, like I'm sure you would know almost instantly. But then like you see him like with like the Henshin armor on out of nowhere, like flying up to some aliens in the sky. Like, I mean, this is classic Suda. It just doesn't make any sense, right? Doesn't make any sense. Then you see the beam katana. That's when I realized. I was like, wait a fucking minute. And then of course you get the classic Travis outfit. Obviously a little updated for No More Heroes 3, but like, man, this was honestly for me really exciting. I understand this trailer is not the best trailer in the world. This is the part that kind of looks like gameplay, but they just mock up the HUD of No More Heroes for this specifically, even though I don't think this was gameplay in the game from what I remember. Maybe it was. I don't know, but I don't remember it. But anyways, it's just, I don't know, really cool. I know very personal bias towards this one. It's probably objectively one of the worst trailers in this top 10, but I personally really liked it just for the setup. Just like the stupid insanity that Suda brings with all these games. Like just seeing some random washed up dude in a motel room. The motel was kind of the first hint. And then of course, you know, he transforms into the armor. Just like the absurdity of it all. I didn't even know what this trailer, like I thought of this trailer was at first. And then once I saw the beam katana, I knew it was No More Heroes, but I was like, what the heck? And I mean, at the time, this was awesome because we had just come off of Travis Strikes Again, which was very different from the typical No More Heroes formula. And great to see this, finally the big 3 coming for the No More Heroes trilogy. Our boy Travis Touchdown returning. And I don't know, just really cool hearing Robin Atkin Downs voice him again like this and just seeing the mock gameplay, if it's not real gameplay, going on here. It's just, I don't know, really cool stuff. I was really happy with this trailer. Just kind of, the hype was, for me personally, was kind of why it's at number 5 and why it's so high. But recognize it might be a little bit of a controversial take there, but hey, that's my opinion, so suck it up. But with that, let's move on to number 4. Now this one, some of you who know me are going to be surprised by this placement. I originally had this higher, and I lowered it to number 4 because the more I thought about it, the more I was like, at the time, before I played this game released in 2017, before I played this game, I wasn't like, the trailer didn't get me super hyped. After I played this game, I got more hyped by the trailer, but that's just because of the quality of the game itself. So I don't know if that fully speaks to the trailer. However, I still love this trailer. It fills me with a lot of nostalgia and makes me really happy watching it. It's not the best trailer. It's not my favorite trailer on this list, but hey, number 4 is pretty damn close. And I mean, this was a return to form for this long-running franchise that started in the 90s. That trailer that debuted in 2016 at the SEGA, not even SEGA, Sonic 25th Anniversary Party. Number 4, that trailer is the Sonic Mania announcement trailer. Now, I know, Sonic Mania is like potentially my favorite game of all time. I'm still deciding. I'm still debating in my head, okay? This trailer is really cool because it starts off with the original Sonic, goes in through some of the classic games, and even into some of the 3D games. You get Adventure, Adventure 2, and Heroes for a little bit. Actually, no Adventure 2. Oh, and there's colors. And what's cool is they set it up to like showing the legacy of Sonic, but then rewinding it, you're like, wait a second, they're going back. You're like, oh, we're getting Adventure again? Like, no, we're going farther back. And they go back all the way to the Genesis days. And that's why this was really cool. At the time, I preferred 3D Sonic to 2D Sonic, and that's why, I don't want to admit it, but I was really hyped by that Sonic Forces trailer initially. But this trailer to me is so good. Then you see the Christian Whitehead name, and if you know them, you're like, wait a second, these guys work on Sonic Genesis, ROM hacks, and fan games. And then it's like, boom, Sonic Mania right there. New 2D adventure. You see the new zone, you see all the characters, you see Green Hill Zone, and you kind of cringe a little bit. Honestly, I feel like this was maybe a little bit before Green Hill Zone. People were definitely getting tired of it, but not to the degree that everybody is now. But seeing the brand new zone, seeing Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles for the playable characters, seeing the drop dash, I don't think the drop dash made... It's hard to describe the drop dash without playing the game, I think, so it didn't make much of an impact on me at the time. But, I mean, playing it, the drop dash is one of my favorite Sonic abilities, hands down now. But, like, really solid trailer revealing that the game's called Sonic Mania. Similar, like it's such a good feeling of like a return to form, and especially for me now. The reason why it's not higher up, I almost put it at like number 2, is because just at the time, I honestly wasn't that hyped for it. And as a trailer, I think it could be a little more interesting and maybe could have shown a little more gameplay too. I mean, the main hook was the nostalgia bait here, right? With the OG games kind of leading into the Sonic legacy and then rewinding it to go back to Genesis, which is still a really cool idea for having a game that kind of takes the inspiration from the older Genesis games. Like, I think it's a really cool idea. This is half the trailer though, you know what I mean? So like, I think that's why it's a little lower, number 4, when I thought about it more. It has a very special place in my heart. Introduced me to Hyper Potion's music too, and of course the Christian Whitehead and his team, all of them who work on those games. Yeah, it's just really, really nostalgic trailer. It's a very nostalgic trailer, probably the best nostalgic trailer for me on this list. But as a trailer itself, I mean, it's not my number 1. But the game, I mean, I love the game. I love the trailer more because I've played the game and I absolutely adore Sonic Mania. But as a trailer, it could be better, but it's still really good. So that is why it is number 4 on this list. I gotta be faster with these. Oh no, but we're in the top 3. That means it's gonna take longer. Sorry, this is gonna be a long video. Number 3 though, I mean, top 3. This is where it gets intense. This is like the cream of the crop right here. Now, I mentioned earlier, and I know some of you would be mad at me for not including the Breath of the Wild Switch presentation trailer from 2017. I just didn't personally connect with Breath of the Wild or that trailer as much as other people did, and that's fine. But this Zelda game, for me, this was an interesting situation because I wasn't that interested in this game. For those of you who have followed me recently, I wasn't that interested in this game for a while until this trailer. And I mean, you probably can already guess based on my wording what a game this is. But number 3 on this list is, they call this official trailer number 3, but this is the final Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, final pre-launch trailer for this game. I guess spoiler warning now in case you haven't finished the game and you want to avoid this trailer, because there's actually some story spoiler, like very, very minor story spoilers here, but still nonetheless. This trailer, man, this trailer, literally, like I said, I was honestly, I wasn't even fully sold on Tears of the Kingdom before this. I was just like, oh, like, you know, I'll get it eventually. You know, it looks like it's gonna be it's gonna be a good game no matter what. This trailer made me so hyped for this game. It got me so much more interested in this Zelda formula. Like, sure, we see the Sky Islands, we see the constructs, we knew about that beforehand, sure. You get the skydiving scene, very cool, very cool. They lead into some more of the world, the climbing. Shrines, okay, cool, shrines are back. We hadn't even really seen much of those before. Cool, they're here. Then we're going into this, we're seeing, oh, the castle, and then we get our first taste. We get our first taste of what I was hoping would be Demise. Not quite, but the design, I mean, there's design influence there. No doubt. You cannot convince me there's no design influence from Demise there. So then I'm like, wait a second. Are we not doing Calamity Ganon anymore? Like, are we doing like actual Ganon, or are we doing Demise here? You see sand ships, you see bubbles, you see lasers, you see so many wild gameplay elements. And this is what I was missing with Tears of the Kingdom promotion up to this point, because they weren't showing us a ton of new, except for the Sky Islands, which, to be fair, were a little sparse. But then you see so much new here. It's like they saved all the new stuff for this one trailer. They show off like all these constructs, like what is happening. Then you see like, where's Zelda? What is she doing here? Who is this? I correctly guessed that was a Zonai. And that was like very cool. We knew the Zonai were in this game at this point, but then this part of the trailer, I'm gonna see if I can edit the trailer music in here, because once the saxophone kicks in, you guys know I'm a sucker for a good sax right there. So like, it's like so good. They really show off the Tears of the Kingdom theme here. You get to see some more of the abilities in action. There are rockets, there's anti-gravity jumping, there are like minecart. Not a fan of this in the game, but there are minecarts, you can do all sorts of stuff. The moment that really gets me though, you see Zelda a little bit, you see the corrupted sword, and then this shot right here. This sold me on Tears of the Kingdom. The fact that Ganondorf was back, this solidified my purchase of this game, because this was hyped. If you see my reaction to the trailer, this was my most hyped moment. You see a little more stuff here, and it just, from there, I mean, it's just icing on the cake, you know? You see Sonya with you see all the Guardians, the current champions, and not Guardians, sorry. And it's just, there's so much. You see the Gleeok, there's so much. so much in this trailer. We knew the release date at this point, we knew the subtitle at this point, but this trailer, man. Like, I know some people, and this is why I put the spoiler warning at the beginning, some people, you know, don't like having stories spoil in their trailers, and that's totally fine. You know, I'm sure plenty of people did not watch this trailer because of that, because it had a decent amount of light story spoilers, but that sold me on the game. I'm sorry, this sold me on Tears of the Kingdom. Like, this part, cool, skydiving, and then it just gets more and more. You see potentially Demise / Ganon there. You see all the crazy gameplay elements. You see a little bit more of the story with the Zonai and the Master Sword. And then the abilities and the sax kicks in. And then you see the Secret Stone there. And then, I mean, just Ganondorf. So I have to say, you see Ganondorf in all his glory. That sold me. That sold me. Everything else is just icing on the cake. So good. So good. That is my number 3 personal favorite trailer for video games. Very, very good trailer. It sold me on the game. It sold me on the game. I know a lot of people feel that same way about the Switch presentation Breath of the Wild trailer. Never really hooked me fully. This one did it for me. This one really did. So that's why it's my number 3. Now, top 2. It's getting hype. Okay. So I didn't mention this ahead of time, but I wanted to make this exclusive to game trailers. So not elements of the game, not fighting characters being added to the roster of the game. Otherwise, it would be filled with just Smash Ultimate reveal trailers, right? But there was one trailer for Smash Ultimate. Those of you, I'm sure, are aware, that debuted in the E3 of 2018. My number 2 favorite trailer, personal favorite trailer, is the Everyone Is Here Smash Brothers Ultimate trailer. This trailer, talk about hype. Talk about absolute hype. It was a little bit overload, which I think is why I put it at number 2. It was like almost too much. You know what I mean? It was intense and like, you know, showing all the different characters. Like, you start off new Battlefield, then okay, Mario, Samus, Kirby. Like, okay, oh, Green's from Melee. Like, it's rapid fire. Oh, Bowser here is at the Find Me stage from Smash 3D. Yes, Breath of the Wild Link. That's new. He's got the remote bombs. He's got the dual arrows, and there's so much going on. And it's like, why are they doing this? Why are they going so rapid fire? They're showing remastered stages from Melee and Brawl and Wii U and 3DS. And it's like, why are they going so fast? And then, skip forward a little bit, we see Zelda's new design. I love it, they use Link Between Worlds design. And then you get to Ice Climbers, who have been requested to come back for forever. And you're like, yeah, that's sick, that's awesome. If you're like me, I mean, Smash got me into Nintendo gaming. Brawl did. You know, you get the inkling, so that means a lot, even though the characters, say what you will about their relevancy. Really cool to see them. Then you get the inkling, the new character that they announced beforehand with the teaser trailer. Almost put that trailer, didn't quite. Pokemon Trainer broke me. Seeing Pokemon Trainer back was wild to me because of the, you know, them taking them out because of the transformation mechanic on the 3DS wasn't working well. And then it's like, wait a second. You see Ice Climbers is like, okay, cool, they're bringing back an old character. But then you see Pokemon Trainer and you're like, wait a second. Then you see Ryu and you're like, the DLC and Cloud? Hello? They got Square Enix on board, and I mean, and then of course, iconic moment. I'm just gonna let this play out. Just, no one thought this was possible. Everybody thought this was impossible. I'm sorry, like, you could not tell me with straight confidence, what, 6 years ago? 5.5 years ago? 5.5 years ago. That Snake would be back at Smash Brothers. Like, there was no way. It was literally impossible. So then it's like, oh my god. Then it's like, of course, the classic tagline that, sorry, I just missed there. Everyone is here. Like, then it's like, it clicks. It's like, every character is back. Because the thing with Smash Brothers is you're always worried about what characters are gonna get cut, you know? And you know, a lot of people were upset, you know, Snake was cut. Ice Climbers were cut. Pokemon Trainer was cut. I mean, just kind of converted into Charizard. And it's like, if you've ever had one Smash Brothers character that was your favorite that ever got cut, don't worry. They're here. Everyone's here. And that was like the massive deal. Just, oh, that was incredible. Dark Pit, yeah, whatever. But then you see the Echo symbol next to the name, you're like, oh, that's different, okay. And it's just, oh, seeing that, seeing my boy Young Link, seeing my child, there he is, look at him, he's great. Seeing him there, and seeing Wolf there, Wolf was also probably one of the favorite characters that you can unlock in Brawl. Seeing him back was awesome. Ending with Mega Man, of course, Sakurai going for my heart there. And then, yeah, forgetting Luigi and Yoshi here was great. But also, Magic Hand from 3DS and HD, awesome stuff, awesome stuff. So like, this trailer is just the definition of hype. This trailer is the definition of honestly hype overload. Like, that's why it's number 2, because it's almost too much. I don't know, but it's so much excitement. A lot of it is built on just nostalgia of these old characters, but at the same time, it's like bringing these old characters into the new formula characters, some of them who haven't been in here since 20 years ago, you know, with the Melee characters, Young Link and Pichu. Did I miss anybody? Those are the only 2. Those might have been the only 2. You know? So this was a big moment. This was a really exciting moment. Smash Wii U was leading into this, and this trailer, confirming it, bringing everybody together. Great overall trailer. Sold. You know, if you're a Smash Brothers fan, this sold. This probably sold you on Ultimate. Just the fact that every character was here. Really big deal. Great marketing idea. Just, it's a little too much. So that's probably why it's number 2 for me. I think that's really why I did it. It's just almost a little overload. Oh my God, this video is gonna be 40 minutes long. I apologize. Anyways, and this trailer is gonna make it 10 minutes longer because I cannot wait to gush about this trailer. This trailer is the reason I made this video. If you know me, you already know what number 1 is. This is objectively the best video game trailer ever made. I literally think that. It is my favorite, but I also think it might objectively be the most well-crafted video game trailer of all time. Not only that, the legacy of this game and this franchise, the franchise was in a very weird state as of like late Wii U 3DS era Nintendo. And, you know, we got a remake on the 3DS near the end of its life. Like, okay, great. The studio is proving themselves with this 3DS remake. We hear about Metroid Prime 4 being teased at E3, and we're like, oh, come on, like, you're not going to show us any of the game? Like, whatever. And then E3 2021 comes along and gives us this trailer. The Metroid Dread announcement trailer. This trailer is why I made this video, like I said. This trailer gives me chills. Every time I listen to the audio, every time I just see the visuals, Metroid 5. That's how the trailer starts. Metroid 5, in the simplest font. Metroid 5. Because they know how much of an impact that makes. Because it's been 20 years since Fusion. Nintendo knew. Mercury's team knew how much of an impact that made. The audio, I don't know if I'm going to add the trailer audio to this. I don't know what I'm going to do there. I don't know. This game, the audio for this game is so good. It is so engrossing. And it just it sucks you into the world. And you see, oh, like we got these robot things. Like, what the heck? This is terrifying. Like, what's going to happen? It's like the SAX, but worse. And then, I mean, you see it's 2.5D, 60, smooth 60 frames. You're like, oh, this looks so good. You're getting chased. It's scary. It's intense. Your heart's pumping during watching the trailer too. And then, I mean, this, like how, come on. It's the best trailer. A lot of, okay, that part is due to obviously the legacy rather than the trailer itself. But they knew how powerful that name of Dread was. That canceled DS game from almost 20 years prior makes a return on the Switch with Mercury's theme. 60 frames, looks good as hell. And then you get all these gameplay mechanics. You see the environments, there's plenty of gameplay. You see the new elements with whatever those are. There's Chozo. There's a living Chozo in this game. You see the camouflage, you see the wall grapple. It's like, you see so much of the game in this trailer, but yet there's still so much waiting for you. They show off like this was the first boss, right? They show that off to you, and it's like, oh my God. I mean, myself included, but Metroid fans were losing it already at this point. And then just settle in with the logo, revealing it's gonna be at the treehouse. Awesome. And then what solidifies this as number 1, just the overall structure of this trailer, but the release date. Release date less than 6 months away from the trailer. This is objectively the best video game trailer of all time, and I will not take any other arguments. I am sorry. This trailer is perfect. As a reveal trailer, this was the reveal of this game. Perfect. Start off, basic, right up front, the sequel. The sequel that fans have been waiting for 20 years is here. Not enough gameplay footage, showing some, some cutscenes to get people into the atmosphere of the game, showing the new enemies of the game being the ME, and then showing that, oh, these are going to prove quite a challenge. Switch to gameplay, immediate, so smooth. Switch to gameplay, great looking gameplay, very smooth gameplay. Oh no, like you're getting hounded by these things, this is scary, building that intensity, and I mean, then just name drop. This is the mic drop moment, just Metroid Dread. Those two words hold so much power. And then from there, they're like, okay, blow off the lid. Here's the game. See all this gameplay, different environments, different enemies. Obviously the typical Metroid exploration, but then you get melee kicks, not just melee counters like in Samus Returns. And then you see, the different warp points, see whatever the hell that is. Which, well, it's Adam, but actually, no, it's not. It's, what am I talking about? It's the, whatever. Anyways, I'm too involved in this. You see the Chozo, you see the things that look like Mother Brain Aurora units. You see the Emmy walking around, the different abilities you can get, like the camo. It's just like bang, 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 and you get more cutscenes. You get the logo with Treehouse, and then end with the release date within 6 months of this trailer. That's why it's my number one. It's just, in my opinion, it is a perfectly crafted gameplay reveal trailer. If this wasn't the reveal, it definitely would have been lower. The fact that this was the first we ever saw of Metroid Dread, in terms of this version, not the DS one, is nuts. It still blows my mind. I watch reactions to this trailer like bi-weekly because it's so good. Just obviously, product of the time, with the hype behind it and the weight of Metroid fans for so damn long. But you could just tell Nintendo was so confident with this trailer. They knew. They were like, this is going to be big. And it was. It was huge. Not for everybody, of course. It's not like Metroid, everybody loves Metroid. Of course not. It's a little more niche. But like, the production quality of this trailer is nuts. It's crazy. It's absurd. And the fact that Metroid got this production level in terms of how this trailer came together is, I love it. I love it. Metroid's been on the upswing in the last 5 years, and it's amazing to see this quality here and just the confidence Nintendo had to show this game for the first time in this form. Immediately sold. And yeah, you get the people who are like, oh, 2D games aren't worth $60. Shut up. Go. Leave. It's been 40 minutes. You should have stopped watching this video already. This is my number one. I'm sorry. I just wanted to gush about this. This is the only reason why I made this video. But I gotta wrap up because it's been way too long. Let me know in the comments below what you think. Just a bit of a recap. We have Metal Gear Solid Delta reveal trailer number 10, Hi-Fi Rush reveal trailer number 9, Bomb Rush Cyberpunk, not the reveal, but the Indie World Showcase 2021 trailer. Number 7, the Bayonetta 3 first gameplay reveal. Number 6, the Mario Odyssey E3 2017 Jump Up Superstar trailer. Number 5, the No More Heroes 3 reveal at E3 2019. Number 4, the Sonic Mania reveal trailer at the Sonic 25th Anniversary Party in 2016. Number 3, the Tears of the Kingdom official trailer 3, the final trailer pre-release of Tears of the Kingdom. Number 2, the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Everyone is Here trailer, the classic. And then, of course, number 1, the Metroid Dread E3 2021 reveal trailer. Best trailer in gaming. I'm just going to say it right there. Feel free to disagree with me in the comments below. Let me know what your favorite trailer is. I joke about this being objectively the best trailer, kind of, a little bit, because everybody has their own opinion, but let me know what your favorites and least favorites are in the comments below. Let me know if you like the Metroid Prime 4 reveal trailer more in the comments below, because then I'm going to tell you you're wrong, and that feels good to me. So with that, thank you all for watching. Thank you for sticking through like this 43 minutes if you did. I don't know why you did, but thank you. I appreciate it. I will catch you all on the next video live stream, and until then, play Metroid Dread. I'm not joking. I mean it. I will come find you if you don't. Goodbye.